Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my playthrough of Antioch Remastered. I'm Pronago, and if you know anything about me, you know that I'm not particularly partial to StarCraft 2. I probably won't go into great detail about that here, since I'm playing a custom campaign and not the StarCraft 2 campaign. You can check the playlist section for my playthroughs of those campaigns. But this campaign is actually a port of a Brood War project of the same name, the Antioch Chronicles. And since I played the StarCraft 1 version of Episode 1, I figured I would also play the StarCraft 2 version of Episode 1. And then I'll play Episode 2 in StarCraft 1, and then play Episode 2 in StarCraft 2, and culminate this playthrough, this train of ping-ponging back and forth, by playing Episode 3, which was recently released. I'm giving them a while to iron out their issues, because within 2 hours of actually launching their project, they had to pull it because of some game-breaking issues they didn't catch on the first pass, apparently, so... that was something. And that immediately told me that I should probably let them wait a little bit longer. Otherwise, well, it's really just a courtesy, I suppose. So we can take a look at the credits. Here you go, if you're interested. Oh, there's more stuff, apparently. Alright, well, there you go. It's, this is a launcher. This is tried and true method, apparently, of actually getting your maps to work in StarCraft 2. You actually have to launch a map just to get access to the list of maps, apparently. So that's something. Already not great, but from there you have the idea of, well, I guess how do you even set this up? Listen, the setup is pretty convoluted. SC2 Mapster is a horrible site to host your content, and what ends up happening is I end up clicking the blue download button instead of the gray download button, and the blue one is up top, more prominent, stands out more from the rest of the screen, but also gives you the latest download link instead of the actual download link that you should be getting for whatever file you're looking at. So that led to some confusion right there. Nonetheless, they've recently patched this. I'm recording this on the 10th of May, and they patched it on the 4th of 2018. So this was patched recently to work with the same version of StarCraft 2 that has been current or whatever, so should work perfectly. We'll see exactly how well it works. We're going to get right into the first mission, Approach to Antioch. Alright, the Overmind has fallen, but Ire is in ruins. The Zerg still run rampant, and the greatest cities of the Protoss will bear the scars for centuries. With the respite they have gained, the Protoss have begun to regroup. However, all attempts at contacting the province of Antioch have failed. Judicator Termalis, having distinguished himself before the Zerg, or during the Zerg invasion attacks against the Conclave, has been tasked with investigating this anomaly. Accompanied by the Executor, he has launched an expedition to the province's edge. So, as you can see, there is, there's, like, more shit. They've expanded the writing, I suppose. I don't know how much of this is fan fiction and how much of this is... Well, it's ironic because it's fan fiction of a fan fiction. It's certainly not what you would expect. But, yeah, the province of Antioch has a long and storied history. Whatever.
Enzaro Adun, Executor. I am Judicator Termalis. I have been sent to inform you of the recent loss of contact with the province of Antioch, the once home of Praetor Phoenix. Scouts inform us that a psionic dead zone has been blocking all communication into or out of the province. This field appears to have no ill effect on our troops. However, without adequate communication, it is impossible to determine the status of our forces inside the province itself. Observer patrols report sporadic Zerg sightings in the outlying areas. Your first task will be to reconnoiter the Antioch outlands and subsequently establish a working outpost in the area. If there are indeed Zerg nearby, we must know as soon as possible. We await your report.
Okay. This is a remaster, allegedly. You're porting it to StarCraft 2, so you're already going to be somehow producing a... Well, you're going to be facing more technical challenges than if you had just updated the campaign in StarCraft 1. So, the idea that you're calling it a remaster but not changing the voice acting... I didn't expect the voice acting to be changed because I have actually played the first couple of maps of this a long, long time ago when it was first being developed. And ultimately, what you end up getting out of this experience is, well, nothing really new. It's just an excuse to play it in StarCraft 2, as opposed to playing it in StarCraft 1. So maybe some people who like StarCraft 2 more than StarCraft 1, I guess they exist. maybe they would actually be interested in that. But that's basically all this project offers. I guess it probably remakes the missions more than just copy and pasting them. But I don't think this mission is actually the best showcase for that. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what happens. Ire, province of Antioch. Alright. Are we on the fastest game speed? Looks like it. So, as you can see, we're using Brood War unit responses, but this is this Dragoon model still the custom one? Yeah, it definitely is. And that alone is pretty bad. I mean, the Blizzard model isn't great, but it's better than this. Also, due to the setup being so convoluted, I can only imagine that they're using the mass recall mod. And that to me seems pretty questionable, I would say. So, you know, they've tried to go the extra mile by adding water. This water could stand to be a different color than clear. It just looks like a debug texture or something. But I don't know. The texture work seems pretty bland. Not super reminiscent of the original mission in terms of the... Also, wait. I found a suitable location for an outpost before I got vision of the resources. Probably want to adjust the location in that respect. I don't know how usable my feedback will be for this particular project in terms of like what they'll actually be able to do with any of the feedback that I provide. So, one thing you definitely could have done is figure out a way to construct gameplay that isn't just waiting for a Nexus to warp in. And I don't mean by lowering the Nexus warp time, I mean actually making the map have some gameplay. So this is what I'm saying, is I guess if you're actually just trying to create the... What is even the term for this? The most... like, faithful recollection, or recreation, rather, of Antioch Chronicles in StarCraft 2, then maybe there's an argument for not replacing the voice acting, but it's voice acting... Like, you're updating it for an engine that's more recent, even though it has more limitations. Oh, you guys don't return cargo by default, I guess. I don't know. There's just a lot about this that doesn't sit super well with me. I guess I'll reserve judgment for a later mission, since I admittedly don't remember everything to the fullest extent that I should. But, I don't know. I mean, it's StarCraft 2. It's not really going to be a full remake anyways. Or, it's not going to be a faithful port, I should say. So at this point, I definitely would have just decided to either make my own project in StarCraft 2, or if you really wanted to commit to, you know, going through... They continue the story anyways with new voice acting, so I don't understand why they would be so antsy about replacing the voice acting, especially when it's so very obviously dated. And, you know, you can make an argument for, like, oh, there's... You know, there's a long time ago. The voice acting is a product of its time. It's not even that bad, even by modern custom campaign standards. But you're comparing yourself to some of the certainly more amateurish stuff that came out of the community. So, you know, there's really never been professional voice acting, quote unquote. So, I don't know. Definitely doesn't sit very well with me. Oh, I guess I didn't need this guy after all. Attacks are not instant hit, by the way. Not technically instant hit in Brood War either, but a lot more responsive than this. I feel like I'm playing on the sub-fastest game speed, probably just because I'm used to playing regular StarCraft 2, quote unquote. So we'll grab a forge. Not that we really need to do anything too much in this mission. It's very much a very bare bones recreation. So I guess I can just talk about what I'm attempting to do with this playthrough, right? I guess I'll compare and contrast based on my playthrough of the first game and the campaign in the first game, I should say, and what I think stands out between that and this, like what was actually changed. But so far, not a whole lot. So, I don't know. I don't know about that one. It's actually a lot easier. This mission is a lot easier than the original. Somehow they managed to make... Oh, you know what I think happened is the triggers are probably based on, like, when you build a forge, some stuff happens. When you build a cybernetics core, some stuff happens. When you build a... I don't know. When you build random shit, a bunch of stuff happens. But we didn't actually have to scout the area for Zerg. We just... whatever. There's, like, so many ways you could have made that mission more... more exciting, more grandiose, more impactful, more involved. Perhaps remove it as a mission entirely. I've been recording for only 11 minutes, and at least... Well, I mean, it says my mission time was only 7.5 minutes, so that should tell you everything you need to know. I guess I'll release this as a standalone video, so have fun with it, and I'll just release these videos whenever I happen to record them. There's no schedule for them, so there you go.